All right, so let's do this. Voices off. This will not take super long. This is the coolest story. This is one of the coolest stories I know about the sandwich that caused World War I. This is what happened. The Austria-Hungary. Yeah, that's how they pronounce it. No interruptions. Come on. The Austria-Hungary alliance and kingdom were making a lot of people really mad. About 30 people of those people decided, you know what I want to do? I want to assassinate a prince. And one of the very dumb things that Archduke Ferdinand, the prince, decided to do was post his entire schedule when he was visiting a specific city that I do not remember the name of.
That is not smart.
Not a cool idea, because that means that like all of these would-be assassins / terrorists decided, well, we know exactly when he's going to be, where he's going to be. Let's all try to kill him. One of them decided to jump the gun, literally. And so he ran out all in the middle of the street screaming, and he decided to try to like shoot him and kill him. Or not shoot him and kill him. He threw a bomb. He was about to throw a bomb. Turns out they pay drivers for royalty a lot because it's really important for when that happens. The guy slams on the gas, turns right immediately, and says, "Not today," and he gets all the way over. And he gets away. So all of the assassins are like, well, that sucks. I guess we'll go home. Except for one. One of the assassins was like, I heard of a really great sandwich place.
Oh my god.
I heard of a really great sandwich place. I mean, mission failed, so I guess we'll go eat. So he sits down at the bistro, and wouldn't you know it, the driver of the car gets lost. The guy who was driving Archduke Ferdinand and his wife, he gets lost. He takes one wrong turn, which is quite possibly the worst wrong turn of the world. And a small, minuscule thing, like taking one wrong turn and getting lost, changed the entire world.
Butterfly effect.
He turns around the corner, he gets lost, and he's trying to get back. And one of the assassins, eating a sandwich, looks to the right at a stop sign, or whatever they had back then. He sees the guy he was gonna kill. And he thinks, oh my God, that's incredible. Okay, so makes one more bite out of the sandwich, pulls out his gun, kills Archduke Ferdinand and his wife.
Wow.
And this is where the story gets fun. So first of all, without the sandwich and without the wrong turn, none of this would happen. Remember that. Keep that firmly in your mind. Without a great sandwich place that he had heard of, they would have all went home, and none of this would have ever happened.
So it's the sandwich place's fault.
It's not the sandwich place's fault. It's more like the assassin's fault because they were freaking out.
Yeah.
And they were killing people is always bad. Surprise. It makes bad things happen.
Yeah.
But the assassin killed Archduke Ferdinand, and since it was on foreign soil, Austria-Hungary got really upset, and then they invaded that country. That country was friends with Germany. That country was friends with France. France got really upset, so they started to counterattack. And then Germany got involved because they were friends with Austria-Hungary, and they started fighting. Great Britain got involved, and that started World War I. That sandwich. Tens of thousands of people die. They figure out mustard gas. They figure out nuclear. They figure out chemical warfare. They figure out trench warfare. No Man's Land is called. Thousands upon thousands of lines of poetry about the repetitive, awful place that modern warfare was. Then Germany loses. The Austro-Hungarian Empire is broken, as is the Ottoman Empire. Destroyed, fractured into the winds. It becomes Turkey, Pakistan, Uzbekistan, and all those other things. Russia slowly pulls up power. Germany gets hard sanctions put on them, making them have a lot of economic strife. You know, that's kind of what you're supposed to do if you lose a war. Surprise, you gotta pay for all the damage you caused. And we win and we get to write bad stuff about you in the history books. 10 years later, Russia is getting more and more powerful. This is in the 1930s. Germany, being upset with this sanctions, as a charismatic leader that promises that everything will go away if a certain evil group goes away. That being Nazi Germany, Hitler, and the Jews. He decided to do all of these bad things to a group of people he barely knew because people were racist and they did not like them. They thought that this is Germany, we're going to keep it German. And so what happened is all people were massacred for no reason, for hurt and hate and a want of a better life.
Even though Hitler was part Jewish.
Yeah. Even though Hitler, that was actually part of the thing. And that happened with World War II. World War II happens. Germany loses again. Indeed.
Imagine.
Good guys win. This killed more people than any war ever. And now we have a nuclear weapon. We figured out nuclear weapons. Japan breaks apart because of, the nuclear bomb.
AKA the
Little,
atom bomb.
the atom bomb, yes. And one good thing about it is that it created manga. Because World War II, after everything, Japan was economically destitute, nobody had any money, and the only thing they could afford were little penny mangas. And so it became much more popular. Which is, yeah, we would have never had anime without World War II. We would have never had World War II without World War I. Without World War I, without that sandwich, we would have never had World War I. Millions upon millions of people would be alive today, or born, or dramatically changed. Israel wouldn't exist.
No! Yes!
Israel wouldn't exist. Turn it back over. Because that occurred after World War II as a recompense for the awful atrocities that should never be repeated. Russia and China became world powers because they realized how much might they could have. And on the global stage, it will never be the same again. For a hoagie. A submarine sandwich caused all of that. And all of that, which is caused all of what is happening right now. Yeah, is that really funny?
No.
Good. I'm aware, which is why they should be respectful of a story about dead people. So, that is the story of how a sandwich caused World War I, how World War I caused World War II, how World War II caused the horrible death of millions that never needed to do anything, that never did anything wrong. And somehow anime, and somehow the Volkswagen bug also exists because of World War I and a sandwich. What else occurs because of a sandwich? The entire Pentagon, like the US military, didn't used to be huge until World War II. Pearl Harbor wouldn't have existed. Hawaii probably would have never got annexed as a state.